So today, we need to clear something up because this is where a lot of people get stuck. When people hear masculine energy, they immediately think men, control, dominance, aggression. None of that is accurate because masculine energy is not male, just like our feminine energy is not female. Male and female are categories, but what we are talking about is function. Here is the truth. Masculine energy is electric charge. This means it's the force that moves, it's the force that pushes, and it's the force that acts. Masculine energy is not gender, it's not a personality, neither is it a role in the society. Masculine energy is a current. In physics, electric energy doesn't care who you are. It doesn't ask, are you male or female? Are you dominant or submissive? It only asks one thing, and this is there a field to move into? Masculine energy is simply the response to a feminine space. Where there is emptiness, charge wants to flow. Now let's talk about masculinity as the act principle. If feminine energy is the magnetic field, the masculine energy is the spark. It is action, it is belief, it is decision, and it is will. It is the moment inside you that says, enough thinking, let's move. So without that moment, nothing changes. Desire stays as imagined, idea stays as potential, and vision stays invisible. Now let's talk about the exothermic reaction of giving outward. For this, we will have to bring physics back in. Exothermic reaction releases energy outward into that empty space created by the feminine energy for spark. They give, they expand, and they move it into the environment. Now that's masculine energy. It doesn't hold, it doesn't wait, it releases fullness into an empty space. So for clarification, feminine collects, while masculine delivers. Let's talk about why manifestation requires action. So this is where a lot of people get confused. They visualize, they affirm, they feel inspired, but they don't act. That's not spirituality. That is procrastination dressed as belief. Manifestation requires charges, and charge means movement. You know, something has to leave you and enter into the world. Let's discuss about why believing without acting fails. So belief without action has no voltage. You can want something deeply, feel aligned, feel calm, feel open, but if nothing moves outward, nothing arrives inward. This will then result to the circuit staying incomplete. So for a better understanding of this balance, it is important to know that magnetism pulls and electricity completes. Now, why is masculinity not domination? Let's discuss. Masculine energy is not domination, it's not force, it's not control, but rather masculine energy is depositing. It enters space that is already opened. Depositing. It doesn't invade, no, but rather it responds. Depositing. True masculine energy moves towards receptivity and not resistance. So let's discuss why you need both currents of masculinity and femininity within yourself. It is important to know that you don't need another person to complete this process because you already have both forces. You create space, you take action, you receive, and then you move. So when both currents are active inside of you, reality responds faster. Let's discuss why gender arguments miss the point. This is why gender debates completely miss the law. Creation doesn't care about labels. It only responds to space and charge, field and spark, emptiness and action. You can keep arguing about gender all you want, but know that reality keeps following physics. Remember that masculine isn't male, but rather masculine energy is the spark within you. That spark that says, let's move. Without that spark, a desire remains an empty womb. So masculine energy is not about who you are, but about what you release. It is the force that carries intention into form. Without it, nothing manifests, nothing builds, and nothing lands. Remember that space invites, but spark creates. And when you understand this, you stop waiting for permission and you start completing the circuit.